So a warm welcome to all of you. Today we are going to discuss about major sources for identifying problem in business research. As we know, identifying problem in business research plays a crucial role. Unless otherwise, when we do not properly identify a problem area, it's very tough to conduct a research in any discipline or in any domain. So that's the reason why identifying problem in business research plays a very crucial role. So there are a variety of sources. There are a list of sources are available to identify a problem in business research. So experience, literature, social, political climate, theories, ideas from external sources, intuition, research, brainstorming, practical needs, empirical interest, popular conceptions. So all these all are the various sources for identifying problem in business research. Unless otherwise, when we do not properly identify the problem area, it's very tough to conduct research in any domain. So identifying a problem plays a very important role. The first one, experience. The one's experience will give a lot of information related to the problem area. Suppose if I want to identify a problem area in human resource management, I must meet HR manager who is having 30 to 40 years of experience as a HR manager. When I meet him, he will give a clear insight about what are the contemporary problems in human resource management, because his experience gives a lot related to that particular problem area, because he worked as a HR manager nearly 20 to 30 years. The huge experience will help a lot to identify the exact problem in any discipline. The same likewise, if I meet the marketing manager, who worked as a marketing manager for 20 to 30 years, right? So he can give a clear contemporary problem or contemporary issue related to a marketing domain. The same likewise, if I meet the production manager, one who has the vast experience, 20 to 30 years, right? Those people who are having a vast experience, the experience will help a lot to identify an exact problem in a particular domain, right? So the second one, literature. The literature studying problem related information from past 5 to 10 years or even from 10 to 15 years, literature will give us a clear insight about that particular problem. The sources of literature, studying article findings and studying various journals, magazines, newspapers, authored books, reference books, right? All these are the various sources to identify a problem area in a specific domain, especially when we go for literature. The high-end articles like ACI publications, Scopus publications, and the most reputed journals and its related article findings are the major sources for identifying a problem area. And even the government reports, Indian Statistical Institution, and even company balance sheets, and even production records, all the sources to identify a problem in any business concern. The next one, social. So when we thoroughly study the societal aspects, because where we are living in a system, when we clearly study the societal aspects or the society problems, that is also a best source to identify a problem area. Because when it is a society comprises of numerous issues, numerous problems. So each and individual problem, it is a study area. So when we study a society where we are living, So will give us a clear insight about a problem area and the political climate and even the political scenario of the country. A political scenario of the country where we are having multiple party system in India. And we study the political scenario of the nation. So there were numerous problems will come into the picture. How these political scenarios are impacting on business concern, how these political parties are acting. And from when you study very thoroughly, very keenly, and very clearly the political system of the nation, so we can able to identify the best problem in business research. The same likewise the theories. So various theories which are being published by various authors, which includes from reference books, textbooks, authored books, and from various journals, magazines. So various theories. So when you study very clearly the theories, right? So every theory will tell us about how to overcome a problem. What could be the possible solution to a particular problem? So when we thoroughly study various theories concerned to a particular area, so that is also a best source for identifying the problem area. And ideas from external sources. As we know, the business concern include micro environment and macro environment. The micro environment, external study of the organization, and the macro environment, the stepping factors, social, technological, economical, political, and international, and natural. So when we study the macro environment, that means the external organization, not internal organization. When we study thoroughly the external organization, so that one also a best source to identify a problem area, right? So intuition, and once the intelligence, once intellectual, and the once the study, the strength of the area, once strength of the area, that is also best source to identify a problem area. It is also a best source to come across a best problem area in the contemporary world. And the research. So even by conducting a research, suppose if I want to identify a problem in human resource management, what I need to do is I need to conduct a rigorous and intensive study in that particular area by taking the advantage of literature, by taking the advantage of past happened things. So when I conduct a rigorous study, an intensive study, then automatically I can come up with a best problem area in a particular domain. And the next one more sources of material, the brainstorming. The brainstorming, right? Rather than thinking a single brain, when 8 to 10 brains thinks about a particular problem, then automatically we can able to identify a problem in business research, because of a single brain will give a certain extent of problem identification, rather than thinking a single brain. If 8 to 10 brains thinks at a time, we can able to identify a best problem area. So what this brainstorming session will tell us, so 8 to 10 experts, these experts may come across internal experts and external experts, right? So 8 to 10 people will form like a team. They'll sit all together and they will try to identify the problem in a specific area, right? So that is what we call it as the concept of brainstorming session. So with a team, a whole team of members thinks, start thinking about that particular problem area, then ultimately they can able to identify a problem in a specific domain. And the practical needs, in fact, what exactly a business problem, whatever the needs are there, whatever the individual needs of the customer, it is a specific business problem, right? So what customer is expecting, what are the problems of the customers? So all the problems of the customers or the needs of the customers will become a problem in business research. So we need to identify what are the needs and wants of the customer. In ultimate stage, we can make it as a problem in business research. So we need to identify what are the needs and wants of the customer. In latter stage, we need to conduct a rigorous study, how to come across, how to come up with a best possible solution to that particular problem will be a problem area. So practical needs of the study. We need to understand what are the needs and wants of the customer. In latter stage, it will become a problem area. And the empirical interest. So conducting an experimental oriented studies and an intensive observation by doing experiments or even by having observational skills, by observing the things in the society or even in the organization with respect to customer perspective, with respect to manufacturer's perspective, with respect to the producer's perspective. So when we observe very clearly and when we conduct a small experiments, then we can able to identify what are the problems in a specific domain. So that is what we call it as the empirical interest. And popular conceptions. So every day we will come across, we can see the news channels, bulletin statements, news bulletins, and flash news. So every flash news, so every bulletin, it is a problem area. Every flash news in a news channel, it is a problem area, right? So what flash news will tell us about a problem area, right? So even we can take up news channels, the assistance of news channels, the assistance of newspapers, the assistance of any other reports. From them, we can able to extract the problems of the society. So all these are the various sources to identify the problem in business research. The first one, one's experience will give us a clear insight about the problem area, and thoroughly conducting a literature review from magazines, journals, articles, and articles related findings will give us a clear information about the problem area and social aspects, the society, right? When you clearly thoroughly study a particular society, so that is also a best sources of identifying the problem area, the political climate, the political scenario of the country, and the theories and ideas from external sources, and the intuition, the research, the brainstorming sessions, by conducting brainstorming sessions, and the practical needs of the society, the empirical interest of the people, and the popular conceptions, and all these are the various sources to identify a problem in business research. So the next slide will talk about the hypothesis. So what is the hypothesis? An hypothesis, it is a tentative assumption statement. So every research will start with formulation of hypothesis. So hypothesis, it will fall in third stage of the research. The first stage, identification of the research problem, followed by a review of literature, followed by objectives of the research, followed by hypothesis, formulation of hypothesis. And hypothesis, it is a tentative assumption statement. So every research will start with the formulation of hypothesis. In fact, the hypothesis, it's being divided into two types, the null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis will tell you there is no significant relationship between A and B variable. The alternative hypothesis will tell us about there is a significant positive relationship between A and B variable, right? That is what we call the alternative hypothesis. So when you speak about the alternative hypothesis, there is a significant relationship between A and B variable, means the significant relationship may be positive or negative. There is a significant positive relationship between A and B variable, or there is a significant negative relationship between A and B variable. The alternative hypothesis can drive the research either in positive direction or negative direction. So in fact, the hypothesis is being classified into two types, the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. Suppose the null hypothesis tell you there is no significant relationship between educational qualifications of the respondents with respect to location of the people. But I said there is no relationship between educational qualifications of the respondents with respect to location. The location, urban, semi-urban, rural, educational qualifications, right? So that's how we can able to formulate the null hypothesis. So we'll discuss in depth about all these concepts in next session.